everyone, this is Nourah from CAAPID Simplified. As you all know, I'm in my PJs, but I'm here to make this video for you guys because it's New Year, and that means one thing. It means that our applications for DDS or DMD is going to open this March, and I know that we are so pumped. I'm pretty sure that you guys are pumped as well. And this video is a quick run through on what are the steps that you need to take to make sure that you ace this 2021 to 2022 applications. So let's go step by step. The first thing you want to do is financial planning. Now, why is that the first step? It's the first step because it's so easy to get sidetracked. It's so easy to be overwhelmed by the amount of expenses that can come your way. So it's always better to sit down with your family, with your spouse, or with just by yourself and come up with a number that you are willing to spend for these applications. And a tool that's going to be super helpful for you in this process is something that we built right here for you guys. So you just want to go to innercircle.caapidsimplified.com and click on cost calculator. Okay, and when you go to cost calculator, it'll help you calculate what is going to be the cost of any test that you want to take, or any school that you're going to apply to, or if you have any pending ECE evaluations. Now this right here is going to give you an estimate of how much you may pay. Now that might be plus or minus. As I said, it's only an estimate, but an estimate is always better than nothing. Now the second step is booking your tests. Now this is a couple of tests, but for those of you who are applying for this cycle, you should have already taken your INBDE exam. If not, the ones who are applying for the next cycle, make sure that you apply and take up the INBDE exam this year, and all the best for you guys. And for those of you who have already taken your INBDE exam, you have to check if your Toefl score is up to date. You have to check with the school's websites to see what do they expect. Do they expect your score to be valid until your application date, or do they expect your score to be valid until you start in the school? There's a difference. So check and then make sure that you take the exam before you start applying. So that's ticked off. And then the third important thing is to prepare your CV. Now, why is it important to do your CV first? Because that helps to streamline your experiences, your hours, and everything that you need to prepare your CAAPID application so that there's no duplication of efforts or you're not wasting any time there. So another important tool that we have for you to make your CV is right here at Inner Circle. This is your resume builder. So you just have to go to Inner Circle, but right now, since we've not released this product, you have to type innercircle.caapidsimplified.com/resume-builder. And when you do that, you're gonna get access to the resume builder. So you simply have to go click on create resume, and you have it here. You have tips on how to build each part of your resume, and then you also have inspiration tray where we have written a couple of words you can use to make your CV glamorous. So this is a tool that you can use, and now with your CV in hand, start your CAAPID application. So your CAAPID application is right here. You can use your CV to fill in all the information for your CAAPID application. Now this is the part where you decide how many schools you're going to apply to. Now there's a completely separate video we've made, and it's on YouTube in our channel called How to Shortlist Schools, and you can watch that as a guide to selecting the schools. But our advice, as it always has been, is to apply to as many schools as you can based on how much you can spend in this application cycle. So an important tool that you can use while you apply in CAAPID is CAAPID ADEA. Now, CAAPID ADEA is CAAPID Wikipedia that we developed for you guys. It's also on Inner Circle. So you go to Inner Circle and you click on CAAPID ADEA, which is on the top right corner. And there you have it. So you have everything you need. If you want to apply for University of Pennsylvania, you can find out if they have any visa requirements, and then you go to application requirements and you'll see which exams they require, do they have any clinical experience, all of those. And you can also find out how much you have to pay for it. So you have pretty much everything you need to apply for a school. You also have ways of comparing. So if you look over here, you have this option called compare. So when I click on compare, I can choose 2 schools. I've already chosen USC and Harvard. Looks like I want to compare those schools. And right there. So you'll see, you'll be able to compare schools. It could be based on tuition fee, or it could be based on do they require a higher GPA or a lower GPA, or course duration. Now that will also help you shortlist schools. That was gonna fall right there, sorry. All right, so that's our CAAPID ADEA for you. And then our most important part of our application is our personal statement, which if some of you guys joined our webinar a couple of weeks back, you'll know that we also developed another one for you called Sop Builder. So Sop Builder is an amazing tool that you can use to brainstorm, put your ideas on paper, and use that to build your SOP. Now that's also there on CAAPID on Inner Circle, but just like Resume Builder, we haven't released it yet. So you would have to do the same thing, innercircle.caapidsimplified.com/SOP-builder. And once you go in there, you'll be able to go through this tool. We have instructional videos in this tool for you to be able to navigate through it entirely. So that's your personal statement. Make sure you get multiple reiterations of your SOP and multiple ideas from people you trust so that you have a good personal statement that's going to help you get that interview. So once you do that, you have to make sure that you have your supplementals and your LORs. The reason I have it here is all of you are applying for this cycle should pretty much have your letters of recommendation ready by this point, but make sure that it's at least 1 year old, not older than 1 year. If it's older than 1 year, try to contact your recommender and try to get an updated version of it so that it's valid. So once you've done all of this, you've only got one thing left to do, which is send your applications in. Make sure you send it early. I know that some schools are rolling basis, some schools are not, but it's always better to send your applications first, and it just gives you a better edge. Once you do that, your last and final step would be not to wait for an interview call, but start preparing for your interview and your bench, and make sure that your bench, your clinical skills are on point, because this year with COVID vaccine, we are all positive that we're going to be able to meet each other, which means that you guys are going to start doing your bench exams again. Now, I know that was a lot of information in a nutshell, but if you guys need any help at all, you know that we are always available to help, even if you need help navigating through any of the tools that we've built for you. I hope this was helpful. Take care.